Okay, so to continue on from the previous lesson, we're now going to add some additional bounds. So go ahead and make sure that the armature is selected and you are back in edit mode. First, go ahead and save this as a new file to save as and save it as rigging lesson 01c.blend. Okay, so what we're going to do here is actually create a special bone. This is known as a fixed bone. This bone is going to be used with the shoulder bone. This is just so we can have better deformations on the area of the pec muscles. So to do this, just right click over here on this joint, and you know that when you extrude this bone, it's going to get its parent to be this bone. So go ahead and now zoom out until you get the big grid units. Press the E key to extrude and then right click to cancel the movement. Click on the red arrow and take it to the right, 1 and then 2. Now go ahead and zoom in. Now click on the red arrow, bring it in, 1, 2. Now click on this blue arrow and bring it down, 1 and then 2. Okay, now notice over here that if you click on this and click on X-ray, you can see that the bone is right here inside. Okay, that's how it should be. Now go ahead and do zoom out, do shift middle mouse button over here. Now we're going to create another one of these bones. This again is known as a fixed bone. So you're going to click on the head of this bone. Now notice that there's no parent, so it's not going to get a parent. So press the, actually first zoom out to get the big grid units. Press the E key to extrude and cancel the movement. Click on this red arrow and take it to the right, 1 and then 2. Now click on the blue arrow and bring it up 1 time over here. Now go ahead and zoom in. Now what you're going to do is click on this red arrow and bring it in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click on the blue arrow and bring it up 1 time. Press the 3T to go to your right view. Click on this green arrow, take it to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can see that the position of this bone is going to help to deform this area correctly. Press the 1 key to go to your front view. Now notice that when we click on this bone, it's obviously not going to have a parent. So we're going to click on this bone, which is going to be the child. Now go find the parent, press the shift key down, click on this bone over here. Now you're going to do Control P and you're going to do keep offset. If you had done connected, it would have taken the head of this bone and connected it to the tail. That's not what we want. Okay, go ahead and zoom out, do shift middle mouse button over here. So now what we're going to do is create the bones for the arms. Here I'm going to show you a bit of an advanced technique. First, go ahead and zoom in, shift middle mouse button over here. So I'm going to first show you how to place this bone. This is just a technique and I'm only doing this in this lesson just so it'll make it easier for you. Click on the tail of this bone and just zoom in and press the E key to extrude, right click to cancel the movement. Now when you click on this red arrow, take it to the right, the bone is just going to start to peek out. So look closely and just zoom in. So I'm going to click on this red arrow and take it to the right slowly until it peeks out. It did it, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now press the E key to extrude and right click to cancel the movement. Click on this blue arrow and bring it down, 1, 2, and then a 3. So this will give us the point where we want to start the arm bone. You'll see later that we're going to actually delete these bones, but I'm going to show you a concept here that you need to understand. So go ahead and first zoom out. Remember, we have the tail selected for that bone. I'm going to zoom out till you get the big grid units like this, and now press the E key to extrude and now right click to cancel the movement. Click on this red arrow and take it to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Click on this blue arrow, bring it down, 1 and then 2. Now you're going to zoom in, shift middle mouse button over here. Now click on this red arrow and take it to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Click on this blue arrow and bring it down, 1, 2, and then 3. Now go to the top view and now you have to position it over here. Click on the green arrow, bring it down, 1, 2, and then 3. Now go to the front view by pressing the 1 key, shift middle mouse button over here and just zoom out. Click on the body of this bone and now do W and then subdivide. Now click on this joint over here, zoom in. Now click on the red arrow and take it to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Go to the top view, shift middle mouse button to pan over here. Click on this green arrow and take it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you'll see that what we've done is strategically place these bones for the arm. Go to the front view over here. Now go ahead and click this bone and do W and down subdivide and then A to deselect. Shift middle mouse button and just zoom in over here. So what I want you to see over here is that when you click on this bone is the child of this bone because we had extruded it from its tail. This bone is the child of this bone because we had extruded it from its tail, and the same thing, this bone is the child of this bone. So when you click on the body of this bone and do X and delete, now this bone is the child of this bone. See how Blender is automatically adjusting this? Now when you click on this bone, do X and delete, this bone is now the child of this bone. So this means that you can create bones like this and then delete the bones that you don't need. And you'll see that the relationship is kept intact. I'm going to show you something over here. Go ahead and now file and save. So the question is going to be, okay, that when you go into pose mode and when you click on this bone and press the R key, you can see that the shoulder bone and the arm bone is moving with it. This is correct. Now when you click on the shoulder bone and press the R, you can see that it's moving the arm. This is also correct, right? So when you're starting out in rigging, this question is going to come up that, let's say here you could say that I don't understand how can you create a child bone like this, right? A child bone like this that is floating in midair. How does this even work where you can rotate this bone and the arm is going to rotate, but there is no bone here that's connecting these two bones? See, so the way this works in Blender is that when you create a bone and when you are in pose mode, when you rotate, this bone, really any bone that you click on, is going to move on its head. So this concept of parent and child relationship simply means that the child can be anywhere in 3D space, because when you are in pose mode and when you rotate that bone, it's always going to rotate on its head. Meaning that if you click on this bone and press the R key to rotate like this, and then click over here, you can see that because of that relationship, the distance is kept intact for these two bones. So when you press the R key to rotate, it knows that you are going to rotate from this exact point. It's not going to move this bone unless you press the G key and start moving this. Okay, so we're going to talk about how do you lock these bones so the person who is going to be animating with your character does not remove the distance from these two bones. Okay, so now over here I'm going to click on this and just press Alt R to reset this. Okay, now, or you can go under file and just to go ahead and just open up the file that we already saved. Okay, so now what we're going to do is create the bone over here for the hand and the forearm. So to do this, I'm going to show you a bit of an advanced technique. So click over here, do W, and now subdivide this one time. Now what we want to do is click on this joint over here, but we want to move this joint on the y-axis. You can see that the y-axis for this bone is over here. So if you click on the body of this bone, it doesn't matter which bone you click on the body of this bone, you can see that the axis over here is showing blue and red going up and right. Okay, but we want to do it on the y-axis. So if you go over here and switch to local, you'll see that it's not changing this axis. But if you go and switch to normal, you'll see that it does do it. We want to use this y-axis. First question is, where is this even coming from? So if you click over here and go back to the stick, you can see that the normal is coming from this actual edge for this bone. This is the axis that we want to use, okay? I'm going to switch back to the octahedral. Now notice that when we click on this joint, we don't get access to that axis. It doesn't matter what you do, okay? So to do this, what you have to do is click on this bone, okay, and make sure that you are selecting the axis that you want. Let's say normal over here. Now you're going to click over here, and if you look right over here, it says transform orientations. Go ahead and open this. Notice that over here says normal, over here says normal. If you switch this to global, it'll also switch. So we're going to first switch to normal over here. Then you'll see a plus sign. So what Blender is going to allow you to do is create these temporary axes that you can use on other objects. Basically, these are a dump axes. You use them and then you throw them away. So click on the plus sign. When you do that, you'll notice that if you click over here, you'll get this custom orientation. It's asking you to name it. You don't have to name it, but I found that if you name it, it basically adds it twice for some reason. Anyways, just click on the bone. So now we're using this custom axis. So if you click on the joint, now you'll see we get to use it. So go ahead and just zoom in, shift middle mouse button over here. So now click on this green arrow and take it up 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Now go ahead and click on the body of this bone, do W and now subdivide. Now we're going to click on this joint and click on this green arrow and bring it in 1, 2, and then 3. And now we've placed the bones just like we want to. So now that we've used this custom orientation, make sure that you first select it over here and now click the X to dump it. You'll see that it disappears from over here. So this is a very powerful feature in Blender that you can use on bones, and you can even use them when you are modeling your character or whatever it is. You can always use them at any time. Anyways, so let's go ahead and now we're going to create the bones for the hand. Now go ahead and do file, and now you're going to do save. So here I'm just going to show you a technique over here as to how to work with complex models. For this, we cannot use snapping. Now the thing you need to understand about placing bones in complex objects like this is that you need to work with the big picture first. Meaning that when you learn to model the human figure, remember we started out with basic shapes and slowly started to add the details. So when we are creating the bones for the hand, we're going to take the same approach, meaning that just get the overall picture down and then adjust the bones so they work with the hand. Now you'll see that when we place the bones, we're not really going to care too much as to how they are positioned accurately, because when it comes to the hand and when you are rigging the hand, you're going to be adjusting the bones until you are satisfied as to how your fingers are posing. So to do this, I want you to just zoom in over here, shift middle mouse button. Again, we're on the top view and just left click over here. Don't click over here. Click like in this area. It doesn't have to be accurate. Just place it over here. If you do the middle mouse button, you can see that when you place the 3D cursor with your left mouse button, it sticks to the surface. So now we're going to do Shift A. Remember, when you add a new bone, it's going to have the tail selected. If you press the 1 key, you can see how a new bone is selected. So what this means that when we zoom in on the hand, and I'll just rotate like this over here, okay? Now you can click on the tip over here with the 3D cursor with your left mouse button. Now, because the tail is already selected, you can do Shift S. Now you can do selection to cursor. It'll automatically throw the bone here. Now notice that the bone is actually on the surface over here. Because this is selected, or you can just right click over here and now just press the period key to home in on the hand so you can do the middle mouse button a little better. Notice how it's on the surface. We're going to fix this a little later. Press the 7 key. So now repeat this process for all these fingers. Just maybe right about here is fine. Do Shift A. I'm just going to rotate it like this over here and just click over here on the tip, do Shift S, and then do selection to cursor. Press the 7 key to go to the top view and click around here. Do Shift A to add a new bone, rotate it, click on the tip of this bone, do Shift S, and then do selection to cursor. Press the 7 key again. Over here, I'm just going to click right around here, do Shift A to add a new bone, rotate, and now click on the tip of this bone, and then do Shift S, and then do selection to cursor. So you can see that it's just placing the bones over here. We're going to do the same thing for the thumb. This is a good point over here. That seems fine. Do Shift A, it'll add it. Now rotate it like here. Click on the tip of this thumb, do Shift S, and now do selection to cursor. Now press the 7 key to go to the top view. Shift middle mouse button over here. So you can see that these bones are right now sitting on top of your hand. We need to kind of bring them down. So to do this, we're going to do this in a logical way. We're going to make a Blender do all the work for us. Later on, we can adjust this. So to do this, you're going to go over here and make sure you click on volume and then click on snapping. This simply means that if you move your object, it will place that object in kind of in the center of the volume. So now shift middle mouse button over here. You're going to right click on this head and just press the G key and just move it a little bit, wiggle it, and just press the left mouse button. Now if you do the middle mouse button, you can see that it's placing it for you in the middle. That's fine. It's going to do a decent job, and that's what we want. Press the 7 key. Do this for all the bones. Let's first handle these. Click on this, press the G key and just hover over the nail, left click, right click to select it, press the G key, hover over the nail, left click, right click, select it, press the G key, hover over the nail, left click, right click to select it, press the G key, hover over the nail, then left click. Do the same thing for this. Click it, the G key, fiddle with it, left click, click it, the G key, move it a little bit, click it, right click, G key, move it a little bit, and click it. Now we're going to go to the thumb. It's going to behave a little differently over here. That's fine. Click it, press the G key, and click it, and now press the G key, and over here I'm just going to press the G key and hover over this nail and left click. Now if you'll see that it's actually placing the bones in the center of these fingers. Again, it's not going to do a perfect job, but it'll do a decent job. That's fine. Press the 7 key. Now we're going to move forward. Click on the body of this bone, and actually let's go ahead and turn this off first and go back to increment, and we don't have to have snapping on. Do W, and now you're going to subdivide. Over here you'll get the option to increase it by 1. Do that. So we need 3 of these. Click it, do W and subdivide. Click on this one, click it, do W subdivide, then click on this one, click it, do W subdivide, then click on this one, click it, do W subdivide, and click on this one. Of course, we have to adjust these fingers. We're going to do that later. Do A to deselect. Now we're going to create the bones for the palm. Click it over here, make sure that snapping is on, go back to volume. Press the E key to extrude and just place it over here. E key to extrude, and then place it kind of like over here. E key to extrude, place it over here, and then click on this, E key to extrude, and kind of place it over here. It doesn't matter right now. Then click over here to increment and turn this off. Click on this and then do Alt F to flip the bone. Click it, Alt F, Alt F, Alt F. Now there is no parent-child relationship between these bones, so click it. Click the child, press Shift key down, click this one, do Control P, and then do connected. Do the same thing. Control P, connected. Control P, connected. Control P, and then connected. Now click on this bone, Shift key down, this, and click on the hand. Do Control P, do keep offset. Click on this one, press the Shift key down, hand, do Control P, and then do keep offset. Now press the 1 key and just zoom out over here. Switch to pose mode. Click on the hand bone, press the R key, you'll see that everything moves. So I'll see you in the next lesson where we will continue on from this. Go ahead and save.